Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Super Awesomenauts Dojo. We are back after that short break with Game 3 of the Grand Finals set. We are here. There's a big cash prize on the line. I'm Uberransy. This is Pyrocheese. Oh, man. Let's do it.
All right, let's just go straight right to it. So let's talk about the draft for a little bit. This is going to be taking place on Sorona, everyone's favorite map, as we all know.
Oh, boy.
On the red team, we're going to have Boys R Us, the team 1. They're going to be picking up a Rocket, a Na, and Ray. So we're going to talk about that in a second. But they're going to be banning a Coco, a Vinny, and a Ksenia. And on the other team, blue team, team 2, is going to be represented by Serious Decisions. They're going to be picking up a Penny, a Swiggins, and a Lux, and banning a Dizzy, Ix, and a Deadlift. So, Rocket, Na, and Ray. That's going to be a lot of push and a ton of harass coming out of that team.
Yeah, that is basically rockets, and then there's more rockets, and then there's a snipe, and then there's more rockets, and then there's piercing auto attacks, and then there's more rockets, and then your base is dead.
Yeah. So, I mean, with that,
so much push.
There's a lot of push right there, and there has a lot of potential for that. Really, the only weaknesses I can see is that they're pretty squishy. And I mean, they are going to be fighting up against 2 tanks, and one of them is going to be having the lockdown potential. So people like Rocket, whose main thing is being able to escape relatively easily, might not have such a great time. As well as Na and Ray, who can get speed up on like their boots and rabbit teeth, might not be able to escape as easily as they would have liked. On the other hand, they do have pretty decent brawling capability. I mean, for a bunch of harassers and really strong pushers, Ray has a pretty damn strong auto attack, especially against Nance, and Na is Na. And Rocket does have a lot of area coverage with his laser as well as his big rocket, and just auto attack pretty strong. And so I think it's going to be a little bit of an easier time for red team than it is for blue team, but I do think blue team still has potentially the higher capability for getting kills, which is really the only way that they're going to be able to pull this through. I think they frankly don't have a whole lot of strong push as opposed to the blue team, or especially the red team especially. So really the only way they're going to be able to get anything done is to secure some kills. So they do have some capability for that. Like I mentioned, Swig's Hook and Anchor are going to be able to lock someone down and get someone into like a strong auto attack from Jimmy, a pulse, a pounce, and they might be dead from that, if not more so. And just in general, some harass and some kind of like potential chasing from Penny. So some bases covered and some others are not, but I think the only way that we're going to find out how this turns out is if we just go ahead and jump into the match. Do you have anything else to add about this draft?
Not really. You stated it very well, and honestly, Team Boys R Us, they have a very, like, if they can get 2 early frags on, like, someone that, like, nobody on Serious Decisions is really the best defender. Penny and Lux are okay, Swiggins is bad at it, like, none of them are that good at defending. If they can get 1 or 2 easy, like, early frags, the game might just be over. Even if it's Sorona, it could just be done. It's gonna. Yeah. There's so much snowball on Team Boys R Us that dude.
I'm sorry. I don't normally read chat, but I just glanced over and freaking Hollow was timed out for spamming his own emote, and I think that is the most just desserts thing I've ever seen. Oh man, that was so good. Sorry to like totally go off on a tangent. I just was okay. Sorry.
But the people watching the VOD won't even know what we're talking about. We can't talk about this.
Yeah, what's chat? What are you talking about?
Well, I don't know what a chat is. What's Twitch? Who cares? Let's get to the match.
All right. Anyway, let's go and get back onto track, watching this game right here and casting this final match here. So without further ado, you want to go and jump into this?
All right. The final match of the stream, the final match of the Grand Finals, Game 3. We got Boys R Us versus Team Serious Decisions. I'm at the 24-second mark. Are you ready for the countdown?
Yes, I am at the 24 seconds. Let's go ahead and go.
Alrighty. The final countdown. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. And we're off. We got Ubi playing your Commander Rocket. We got Eddster playing your Na, and Nikki playing your Raylan. And Nikki is a terrifying Raylan, I would like to say. Nikki is very good at Ray. 9volt playing your Lux. Daddy Cool, or Mr. Manager, playing your Swiggins. And Zuji playing your Penny. The match to end all matches. Here we go. This is for $500 to the winner. We got Raylan throwing out the early snipe. Isn't going to land a whole lot there. We got the lifesteal coming out on Na. Early range on snipe, actually, which is a strange decision, but that range is definitely going to help get some early kills.
Yeah, a couple of interesting picks on first items so far. I mean, Danger Pins coming out on Lux, not really uncommon, but interesting to see that. A little bit of damage coming out this early, in my opinion. And Range on Penny, as you had mentioned, going to be really early here as well to get a little bit more harass, a little bit more area coverage, and lifesteal on Gnaw, pretty standard. Also, I do want to point out that Rocket actually did piggy into box of cigars rather, sorry. Common mistake, which actually is going to be those small homing bullets that come out of his laser trap, which actually can do a lot of damage. And like I said, when it comes to this team, the red team, they have a ton of harass. That's only going to add on to the pile of that. So we'll see how that pans out.
I appreciate you clarifying too, because I have not casted a lot of Rocket, so I do not know many of his upgrades. So this will be interesting.
I 100% cheat. I have the items up, and I just mouse over them, and that tells me.
Yeah, okay, I figured, but I'm just making sure I'm not alone here. Anyways, yeah, Zuchi going to be taking a lot of damage from Eddster there, and red team already having control of the mid, and with the amount of range and poke that they have and harassment, blue team's going to have a hard time getting close. They have a Jimmy and, like, something we never really touched on in the drop, they have a Jimmy and a Lux against all of this. Like, they've got Rocket, they've got Raylan, they've got Spit from Gnaw, and they have Jimmy and Swiggins. Or, okay.
Jimmy already, I feel, is probably the weakest on this map out of all the maps, and not to mention there are already a lot of people, or not a lot of people, a lot of enemies here that can just kind of sort of jump out of his charge, which is kind of his main thing. So hopefully he's going to be like just hoping to get a lot of damage with like danger pins and maybe some barrages and auto attacks. Maybe not necessarily looking for pins, although, you know, ideally I feel like Jimmy's would be looking for pins, but we'll see how that turns out. I mean, I know that Ninevolt is a really big fan of using Lux to begin with, so he's really comfortable with that space, so we'll see how it turns out.
Characters, like people that are really proficient with characters, it doesn't even matter if there's bad matchups, they will make it work anyways. Like, you know, Nikki playing Skull, or even like Ninevolt playing like Lux, you can have some really good players just playing the character and they know how to play, and they will do some insane stuff to make up for the deficiencies, like in terms of facing against the team. Although Jimmy is definitely very, very weak against this team comp, there are situations where you could get a nice charge on the Gnaw or even the Rocket in order to get them into your own turret.
Right. There's going to be a little bit of harass. Maybe Penny was looking for something right there. Not going to be able to connect to anything, unfortunately. Just going to back off and heal for a little bit. A lot of early regen coming out of the blue team. Not surprised in the slightest, honestly. Early double regen coming out from Swigs, Penny, and Lux, respectively, also getting at least one stage. And there's going to be a charge right there. Eddster going to be taken out of place. Oh, actually, is going to be picked off right there by these Swigs. That's actually a really impressive hook, honestly. So that is going to be a 1-for-nothing trade right there. First blood, about 4 minutes into the match. Still same levels, but at least that does set a little bit of a tone. Like I said, I do feel like blue team does have the capacity for an easier kill potential, while blue team is just all about harass and area coverage. So, you know, it kind of depends on which of those will win the day.
Definitely. I mean, like, as long as the blue team can stop the red team from getting any serious momentum, it is totally possible for them to, like, you know, draw out the game a bit longer, keep the experience and solar advantage up, and then because of their decent kill potential with having, you know, Penny and Swiggins and then Lux to help clean up with brawling, they could still make it work. Like, here's a nice charge on a Nick. He's going to get plenty of damage, but he is going to be able to escape there. Just a little too slippery there, and he's going to be able to fall back to the creep area. Ninevolt being very, very low is going to have to back up, but is going to be able to take the creeps. Zuchi as well, running Gun Penny again, and red team clearing bottom. They're probably going to be trying to get some push on bottom. Zuchi going to take a lot of damage there, but now this is where the push comes in. You've got Raylan and Rocket. They could just keep throwing auto attacks and abilities at that turret, and it's already taken, you know, a third of its health and damage.
Yeah, they haven't even like spent that much time in front of that turret, and like I said, it's between like a quarter and a third down already, so they can't really get away with that too much. And if that keeps up, you know, without any consequences, things are not going to be looking so good for blue.
Definitely. Ninevolt can almost go down there to that snipe, but the shielding from charge is going to save him from that little bit of damage that would have killed him. Zuchi just kind of poking with the auto attack here, but you're kind of just trying to, you know, out-poke the pokers here. It does help give them that little bit of range and harassment that they need in order to compete with red, but red team is just so good at throwing out the rockets and snipes that, you know, Penny's going to have a hard time really making use of what would be Gun Penny's, you know, biggest advantage of out-poking people.
Right, right. I do want to point out as well that right now Gnaw is farming up a storm. Like, we're only 5 minutes in, and he already has like about 100 solar on the next closest person, which would be Swiggins. And even that itself, he didn't piggy. Rocket piggied and actually has less solar than him. So if he kind of keeps that up, Gnaw is pretty expensive, but if you can get those upgrades and that kind of farm, you know, you can get that stuff early, especially if it's going to be like a brawl build that it looks like he's going for, similar to what we've seen in the past. Could be, you know, another bit of trouble for the other team.
Yeah, Eddster is one of the people that really started to, like, you know, experiment with Gnaw and, like, try Gnaw out and be like, you know, Gnaw is actually good in comp, and he is. Gnaw is an absolute monster with the amount of farming he gets, so Eddster really knows what he's doing with Gnaw. He's one of the people that really helped settle him into, like, the comp meta even. And with some of the buffs and small nerfs, but mostly buffs that he's received in the several patches recently, like, you know, he's definitely, like, he's such a potent character, just having that, you know, chase with the plant slam and the rabbit teeth, having so much CC on spit, and being able to throw it all out, like, you know, with, like, a ton of movement speed. And with this, the way his movement works, it's just almost similar to Ayla, with how his jump is just so snappy and weird. It's hard to predict, especially when you have 30% extra movement speed. He's fantastic as a hit and runner.
Right. We're going to be seeing some kind of like reactions to something that's going on. So we're talking about how there's going to be a lot of harassment, a lot of like potential sustain options. We do see not only double regen coming out on Lux, but also nano repair bots. So if he's going to be in a brawl, he's going to be in there for a while longer, and that could be the difference between you know, a successful bout and not. Especially in these kind of comps where it's a bunch of squishy knots. So if that kind of tank and that kind of fighter goes up on you and you don't really have a chance to escape, like with a potential Swigs hook or something like that, could be really dangerous for you right there. 9volt is going to be on their side of the map, maybe looking for something, maybe looking for something. He's kind of just, yeah, he's just kind of chilling out there. I was kind of hoping that would lead into something.
He's just like, hey guys, I'm just gonna sit on this side of the mid.
Yeah.
You guys aren't allowed to go to your turrets. Oh, you aren't even coming back. Okay, fine.
Yeah,
and
right.
then he goes in finally.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, that in itself, that kind of positioning is really important. A little bit of mind games going on there, but just like the potential for something that could have happened there.
Eddster could go down here. He's very, very low, but the sniper's going to come out, and that's going to be a kill on Zuji. Finally, another kill happening. Blue team has been playing very careful. Serious decision has been trying to play a little more careful, but that kill is going to potentially be the start of something awful. But especially since that's really their only ranged and like good clearer here. Well, Jimmy is good at clearing, but you know he's got to get close, and he's not very good against a team comp like this. But Penny is already going to be back with the short respawn times of the early game. 9volt going to be trying to go in with a charge here, maybe, but they know he's coming. They're throwing out everything. There's the big rocket. There's spit, time rift. 9volt can't go in at all. There's not much he can do there. He's going to have to back off.
Yeah,
Sushi's
well, everyone's now reassembled, and yeah, Penny did end up picking up a silence on that sentient rock on her pulse, which is kind of an interesting pick to me personally. It is good, I won't deny that, but it always seems, for my taste, always seemed a little short. There's going to be chain right there on Rocket to be totally destroyed by Rocket himself. Just shooting a single big missile on that. So maybe Swiggins is going to be looking to pick up health on Anchor relatively early. We'll see what happens with that. He did also pick up Ancient Octane, which is that AoE upgrade on his successful Anchor hook. So it's going to be a lot of like cursory damage, and like, you know, if he lands a hook, he might be damaging someone else or droids or things like that. It is very, very effective.
Yeah, it's really helpful when you have that Ancient Octane, even with just like the mini stun. You know, you can kind of go in and, you know, hook like a group of enemy players. You can hook like, you know, 2 enemy knots and the droids, and then just kind of walk out for free, especially if there's a jump pad nearby.
Well, the stun only affects the actually hooked person now. It doesn't affect the AoE anymore. That was
really? When did they change that?
A few patches ago. Like, that's why like people have fallen out of favor with like the stun upgrade on hook. Because, like I said, it does extend stun duration, but only on the hooked person. Like, the AoE is not a stun AoE anymore.
Okay, well that's unfortunate, but it's still a very potent upgrade, being able to do that damage to multiple enemies, and, you know, like the stun on the person you actually hooked is still nice, and you can still kind of, you know, do hit and run if you're feeling ballsy, but sometimes it's just too risky as Swiggins, and then, you know, especially, like, you know, if a team has lockdown, like, although this isn't going to happen in comp, you know, like another Swiggins or someone like a Smiles, Ix, or even, like, you know, there's just some kind of snare like Scoop, you can have some trouble getting out of there.
Right. Nonetheless, ooh, that's going to be a lot of... Ooh, that was a nice predict right there from the Rocket right there on the Swiggins. Going to be picking up that frag on him. So it is going to be a 2-kill lead, or 1-kill lead rather. And it's going to be the bottom down as well.
Yeah,
We kind of were talking about this. A single kill on the blue side, or against the blue side, I guess, is going to be really pretty difficult for them to deal with, any one of them. None of them are really great defenders like we were talking about. And all of these guys are great harassers and pushers. I mean, even Raylan picked up a droid on her Rift, so I don't think she really ever needs it. She's already a great pusher, but it is just, putting that little bit of insult to injury with that, just to get even a stronger push going with that.
Absolutely, but yeah, that bottom turret already dead. If they can get another frag on 9-volt, for example. Oh, the snipes!
Yeah.
That snipe was dirty.
That was pretty good, yeah.
That was really good. But now they're going to be able to get some push onto this, like, both lanes, really. They can push the droids forward and, start harassing that backline turret, but then they can also push the top turret, and the team is going to have to decide, do they want do they want the team to have free damage on the third turret, or do they want to defend the top turret?
Right. Or at this point, it's not an easy decision to make, and no matter what they do, they're losing out on something.
Like that backline turret is already taking super droid damage, and that top turret is almost dead. That's just going to get hooked. He's actually going to go down as well to the hook damage, which is
a little bit overly aggressive
which
there.
is really important. That's going to be a frag. They can make something work with this. They can get some ground back, maybe even get some poke onto that bottom tower or something.
Yeah, on something, honestly, because unfortunately they just have not damaged any turret at all.
Yeah, the red team has such good push, and in exchange, they also have great defense. Like, good pushers will be great at defending as well. Characters like Lone Star, Nah, and Raylan are so good at just canceling out other teams' pushes as well. You can just destroy all the droids instantly with, like, a piercing auto attack and then a time rift or something, or dynamite pool or whatever.
I do want to point out something here, that Raylan did actually focus on snipe this round. I do know that Nikki a lot of times does go for auto attack Raylan, which, either one is really effective. They also picked up cooldown, which is something I want to know, that, even up until this point in the match, they kind of were already borderline spamming snipe, just kind of using it whenever it was available, when there was even a half-decent snipe option available, just for, the harass options, just to see that, there's some, like, damage and kind of, like, prohibit them from entering any kind of team fight that they might want to be entering in.
I mean,
just from that pressure, and that's going to be amplified with that cooldown now.
I mean, you've got like a 650, 700 damage snipe on an 8-second cooldown that pierces infinitely. Like, it's pretty hard to do anything against that. Sure, you can stun her out of it, but oh man, Swickens might actually go down here. He's got lethal DOT on him. Play the Sonic Drowning theme, and he's down. Eddster's going to get the hit, and that's going to be Swickens going down. With 9-volt being very low, is going to have to back up as well as Zuchi, and now they're going to get a ton of push onto this backline turret. Already doing tons of damage. They don't even have droids up there yet. Here they come. They're killing these droids here. You got 9-volt with full health coming back in. Is going to try and deal with the Wheatlings and the droids. But the time rift there, now he's in a bit of a bad spot here, throwing out missiles, just trying to do something. Zuchi's coming in. There's a nice charge onto Eddster, though. That's good damage, but Eddster's got so much sustain and lifesteal with the Rotten Teeth mixed with Filed Teeth. And with the lifesteal mixed with extra DOT. So, oh no, oh, the snipe on the Zuchi. Eddster's so hurt, but he could just get so much health from these creeps. There's nothing that can be done. There's the timer to the plant slam's going to go down, and that's going to pick up the kill into 9-volt. Now it's just Daddy Cool versus the world. Mr. Manager versus the world here. He's by himself. He's got no health. He's wasted both his abilities. Well, I wouldn't say wasted. Turret's going to go down. This could be the end of the tournament right here. Eddster's pushing in. They're doing tons of damage to this base. There's the rockets. There's the Raylan auto attacks. Daddy Cool trying to go in. Zuchi is back. You got two people defending here. You've got the gun penny, but it's not going to be enough. You've got all members of the blue team back. You've got all members of Serious Decisions back. The previous NA regional champs coming back. They're going to try and hold them off. Eddster going in. He's going with the auto attacks, but it's not going to be enough. There's Zuchi flanking from behind. He's going to miss the pulse, though, taking too much damage. The snipe's going to come out. It is going to miss everybody, though. Daddy Cool's going to take a ton of damage. The laser trap coming out going to do tons of damage. 9-volt's going to get the charge kill on the Nikki, but 9-volt's going to go down, as well as Nikki picking up the droid kill on to Daddy Cool, onto Mr. Manager, and the base is almost dead. Zuchi's going to go down, and that's it. That is the end of the set and of the tournament and the victory. The tourney winners are Boys Are Us. Well frickin' played. Then that draft and just that's it. That was the Serious Decisions. They tried at the end. They tried, but it's just too much. That they got outdrafted. Commander Rocket and Raylan is just so insane. You've got the 8-second cooldown snipes just coming out every 2 seconds. You've got a bunch of close range focused characters. You have to run Gun Penny in order to try and match the poke. There's not much that can be done with that because your poke is still so mediocre compared to Commander Rocket and Raylan. Not doing so much damage and clear. Nas almost has 2,000 solar after 14 minutes, and just it snowballed out of control as soon as they got a couple of kills.
Yeah, I don't want to say that it was kind of doomed from the start, but it was kind of a thing where they just honestly didn't really have that much of an answer.
They did get like, an early kill to help match Boys R Us, but once Boys R Us got 2 more kills, that was it. There really wasn't much that could be done. I'm not gonna say, oh well, this is it because they got a kill. But it really just started snowballing so much, and they had such a lack of damage, and anything to deal with their harassment that it was just they just had so much push and so much stuff they could do that it just was over then and there.
Well said.
Unfortunate, but all right.
Well, guys, that I guess concludes the finals. That's about it. What a tournament. I just want to say, first of all, thank you guys so much for casting. We got Uberransy and Pyrocheese here.
No problem.
Yeah, check out their Twitch channels. Uber streams time to time, and also Pyrocheese, with his crew, Hala and Salty. So definitely check them out if you guys want to advertise your Twitch channels or whatever. Go for it. I also Twitch. A big shout out also to Eddster, of course, and also my brother in the Master Controls here. FrogZone. Please give him a shout if you like Hearthstone. He just won a Hearthstone tournament this weekend, so shout out to him. Cool.
Nice, yeah.
So Twitch channels.
Just like, come on, we're on a time limit here. Come on, let's go.
I gotta go to work in 10 minutes.
All right, then. Just a quick wrap up then. I mean, Erebos already put it in chat, but, a lot of people know me, but I'll go say I'm Pyrocheese. Twitch.tv/Pyrocheese, exactly what it sounds like. If you want to check out or play Not So Lot, play other games, so if you want to check that out, feel free and give it a look and see if you like to stick around.
Yep, and I've got a Twitch channel, though I rarely stream. I've streamed Awesomenauts, and I've streamed other games, and in the past, and maybe future, other random stuff like Borderlands or even Dirty Bomb. Twitch.tv/Uberransy. Don't expect much if you follow, but if you want to drop a follow or check it out, then hey, more power to you.
That's 2 R's and 1 S, right?
Yes.
Okay. I always misspell your name. Anyways, thanks so much. Just closing statements here, guys. It's been an amazing tournament. This is the first global tournament that we've done, and we were blown away by the support that we had from the community, and also Ronimo giving us in-game badges. I'm so stoked to give away these in-game badges and see them in the game when I face these really good players. We have bronze, gold, and silver badges. So for all the top placing teams. So congrats to you guys. Congrats Boom, making it all the way to 3rd place. There were some complications with the bracket and the final games and stuff, but at the end of the day, we did have the grand finals technically with these 2 teams here, and so it was no matter what, it was such a crazy competitive tournament, all the top teams just wreaking havoc to each other. So props to everybody that participated, and I really hope that there are some more tournaments in the future. I will probably not host it again, but I mean who knows. We'll see. Let's just give it up to the community though for making this happen.
Also I need to interrupt. One more shout out to Heart-Shaped_.
Oh yeah, no, I was just gonna transition to that. Heart-Shaped Net, guys, is a total legend. Again, huge thank you to him for allowing this tournament to really happen, because this really wouldn't have happened without him. So thank you so much, Heart-Shaped. You are a true champion, and also he's a really good penny. Sometimes he streams. Check him out. But thank you guys, and thank you to all my mods. We also had a couple people help out too. Guru is one. He helped with some questions that need to be asked and stuff. We also had 6E, the creator of Knots Drafter. He really fast changed the whole setup of the dojo settings and stuff. He was super responsive, so thank you to him and the Knots Drafter. And but it's been a great tournament. Thank you guys for tuning in. And thank you to all the competitors. And congrats, again, to the winners. Boys R Us. That's Nikki, Eddster. Who am I missing here? I'm blanking out.
Eddster.
Nikki, Eddster, Dave W, and Ubi. That's right. Yeah, my Norwegian brother. Okay. Cool. Well, we got that heart-shaped net graphic. Nice. All right. Without further ado, thank you guys so much. And have a great day. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Now go to work. You gotta go.
Now I'm gonna go to work and make some coffee. So.
Yeah.
All right. Peace out, guys.
Maybe not in that order.
Yeah, not in that order.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody.